Behind every successful organization is a workforce that's not just hired but trained. Training isn't a one time event, it's a strategic process that builds skills, sharpens minds, and prepares employees for the challenges ahead. Whether it's onboarding new recruits or upskilling seasoned professions, effective training fuels performance and growth. But great training doesn't happen by accidental, it just starts with asking the right questions: what skills are missing, who needs support, why do we align training with business goals. That's where training needs analysis comes into. This video will break down what training really means, explore its key objectives, and dive into the four levels of analysis that help organizations train smarter, not harder. Here are two definitions of training. One is said by Edwin P. Filipino. Edwin P. Filipino says training is an act of increasing knowledge and skill of the employee doing a particular job. So, what he says is to increase knowledge and skill of employee for doing a particular job. Here, Michael J. Jusius says training is a process by which aptitude, skills, and abilities of employee to perform specific jobs are increased. He says to perform a particular job. He says to increase the performance of specific job. So next, what are the objectives of training? Develop potential of both new and existing employees to meet present and future organizational needs. Point 2. Equip new recruits with basic knowledge, skills, and abilities case required for the roles. Prepare experienced employees for more complex and challenging tasks. Here, develop potential for both new and existing employees to meet present and future goals. New employees will be trained on tools, and existing employees will be trained on updates and updates on tools, etc., to meet the present and the future goals of the organization. Second point is equip new recruits with basic knowledge, skills, and abilities. These are called KSA, knowledge, skills, and abilities, which are required for their roles. So basically, when they hire a new employee, they will train them with the basic knowledge, skills, and abilities to perform their role correctly. Okay, so next is prepare experienced employees for more complex and challenging tasks. So whenever there is a process or a project which they are working for, there will be few situations where the work gets complex and challenging. So the experienced employees are trained for the more complex and challenging tasks upcoming. Build a competent workforce capable of leading and taking on responsible positions. See, whenever there is a promotion, this is the point where they get training. Build a competent workforce capable of leading and taking on new responsible positions. If a basic employee is promoted as a team leader, he should be trained in terms of a team lead to build a component workforce capable. Okay, and leading and taking on responsible positions to take their position, to do their work correctly, etc. Sharpen skills and broaden responsibilities of middle and senior managers to help them specialize at their work. So basically what this training does is sharpen their skills, broaden responsibilities, matlab more responsibilities will be added to them of middle and senior managers to help them specialize at their work. So the levels of training need analysis. Organizational analysis assesses training resources, strategic alignment, and support from leadership and peers. Peers are the co-workers. So what this organizational analysis does is it accesses the training resources and the strategic alignment, the data collected from the work or the employees, etc., And support from leaderships, the one who are at the leader roles like CEO, president, etc., and the co-workers. Demographic analysis identifies specific needs of groups like managers, women, or older workers across different levels. So, demographic analysis, it identifies the specific needs of the groups like managers. So, managers will have a group of managers will have a specific need. A group of women will have a specific need, or the older workers, the workers who are working in the organization like 5 years, 10 years, and 15 years, like that, respectively. They will have different needs, so it should be analyzed. Operations training determines training content based on job tasks and performance standards. So, what this operations analysis does is it determines the training content based on the job tasks and performance standards. Based on the job task, the tasks which are given to an employee and the performance standards which an employee is holding right now. Individual analysis, it pinpoints which employees need training and what type suits their role and development path. See, if someone has an interest or they have leadership skills, so they will be trained for this role which suit them. And development path, if you give leadership rights to a worthful employee, he will develop the organization for sure. So this is what individual analysis does in training. Training isn't just a checkbox, it's a catalyst for growth, whether it's empowering new hires or refining the skills of seasoned leaders. The right training at the right time transforms potential into performance, and clear training needs analysis. Organizations don't just guess, they target from the organization strategy to individual development. TNA ensures every training hour counts. If this helped fuel your understanding, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bite sized insights. Got a topic want us to break down next? Drop it in the comments. Brain Fuel is built for learners like you. Have you ever wondered how companies keep their HR system sharp, efficient, and future ready? Welcome back to Brain Fuel, where business concepts get crystal clear and visually engaging. Today we are diving into the world of human resource audits, a powerful tool that helps organizations evaluate their HR policies, practices, and performances. We'll break down what an HR audit really means, its key objectives, and advantages it brings to the table, and yes, even the challenges it faces. Let's decode HR audits one frame at a time. Human resource audit, HR audit. The meaning of HR audit is an audit. It is a comprehensive analysis of completed transactions to determine whether they reflect the true state of affairs of business. A human resource audit evaluates and assesses HR policies, procedures, and practices to determine their effectiveness. It ensures that sound and cost effective HR strategies are implemented across the organization. So, what the HR audit actually means? An HR audit is a comprehensive analysis of completed transaction. It's basically a comprehensive analysis of all the transactions which are completed, which is to determine whether they reflect the true state of the affairs of the business. So, to determine whether they reflect what are the true states of affairs of a business, a human resource audit evaluates and assesses HR policies. So, what a human resource audit does is it evaluates and assesses HR policies, procedures. So, what are the procedures followed by a human resource audit? It will be evaluated, and practices to determine their effectiveness. So, what is the effectiveness? It will be determined in human resource audit. So what are the policies implemented by human resource, and it will be audited, and what are the practices to determine their effectiveness. It ensures that sound and cost effective HR strategies are implemented across the organization. So what HR audit does is it will ensure that sound and cost effective HR. So what HR strategies implementation in organization are done correctly or not. So this is what HR human resource audit is this. So basically what is an audit is based upon the files or based upon the records, they will prepare an audit like a sheet in which all the information is there. So they will make a tick marks on what has done, what needs to be done. It will be compared what needs to be done and what has actually been done. So what are the objectives of HR audit? The objectives of HR audit is to examine the entire HR management system to assess its effectiveness. Wait a minute. To examine the entire HR management system to assess its effectiveness. So, what is the effectiveness of HR management system in an organization? This is a basic objective of an HR audit. So, the objective of an HR audit is to analyze the outcomes. It will analyze what are the outcomes to answer questions like what happened and why did it happen. So, the information provided by the HR audit answers the questions like what happened and why did it happen. It is used to evaluate how well line managers implement existing HR policies. So it determines if the HR managers are following and implementing the previous or old HR policies or not. Create a foundation for future progress. Assess current knowledge and skills to improve performance levels. So it will what HR audit will create is a it will do is a create a foundation for future progress. For future progress, it will create a foundation. It will assess current knowledge and skills to improve the performance level. What it will do is it will access the current knowledge and skills to improve the performance levels. In this it will the performance levels will be improved. Performance levels will be improved. So based upon the previous things or previous rules and regulations organizations have, it all will be audited and made a note like what are the things that have been done, like what are the things that are not done, and how to improve the performance levels of an organization. The HR audit objective is that. So what are the advantages of an HR audit? It provides valuable insights into the effectiveness of HRM policies and their contribution to organization goals. So what is the advantage of an HR audit? Means it will provide valuable insights. So what are the insights means? Like how many people came in, how many people went out, and what work they have done. It all will be like in a format. So it provides valuable insights into effectiveness. Are they effective or not of HRM policies? Human resource management policies and their contribution to organization goals. So what are the goals of the human resource management policies and their contribution to organization goals? So what is the part they took to reach the organizational goals? Are the advantages of HR audits? It helps management to review human resource management policies in light of audit results and changing external factors. So it will help the management to review what are the human resource management policies in light of HRM audits. Like audit will give a full information, and they can review and cross check with human resource management policies, and based upon the results management can focus on changing the external factors. enabling consistent number 2 enables consistent and authentic information gathering across all organizational levels. So what it does, it enables consistent and authentic information, the information which is only and very much required to do an audit, gathering across all the organizational levels. So all the levels, like see an agent level, so a team lead level, a manager level, so all the levels, the information is gathered from all the levels. It will be agent, it will be team leader, it will be manager or the other supervisors which are in the organization. All the information will be gathered in HR audit. So you can consider this as an HR audit. Sorry, my drawing is not good. So okay, at least you understood what I'm trying to say is, so it examines various HR department activities for performance and compliance. So what is compliance? Compliance means a set of rules which has to be followed by each and every employee of the organization. So what is the advantage of HR audit is to examine various HR department activities. The HR department activities will be monitored for performance and compliance, for better performance and compliance. It's simple, okay? Identifies root cause of problems before they escalate. So what it means to escalate, to inform the supervisor or higher officials of the root causes and problems they are facing before. So the disadvantages of HR audit, it cannot actually determine the accurate value of the individual, leading to potentially unrealistic results. So if a agent is not good at his performance is low, let's say his performance is low, but he has good leadership qualities and he helps 5 of his team members to do their work. So in HR audit, only his performance will be calculated. What he is doing in real life will be not calculated exactly. So the disadvantage of HR audit is that it cannot actually determine the accurate value of an individual. The accurate value of the agent is not determined here because his performance is low, but is helping 5 other people with him. So it will lead to a potentially unrealistic results. Auditors may struggle to gather precise data for human resource valuations. So, the data will be collected from one team and the auditors are the another team. They will give all the data to this audit team. So, this auditors team, so what will be their goal is to gather all the information from human resource valuation. Okay, so there will be a great struggle for them to, where is this, results may be unreliable due to subjective judgment. So it's subject to judgment. So as an example we took, it will be a judgment upon his performance only, no all other things are not considered at all. So difficult to measure the value of employees during training periods. So it's true because the value of an employee cannot be calculated at training periods because he is still training only. He is learning new things in the organization, how and what to do in the organization. So the value of employee cannot be calculated. HR audit is not widely adopted and auditors may lack experience in HR valuation, causing confusion in decision making. So if there is a confusion in decision making, whole organization will ruin its business. Like there will be a great downfall if decision making is incorrect. So HR audit is not widely adopted. HR audits might not be flashy, but they are silent engine behind smarter people management. From spotting gaps to sharpen strategy, they help organizations stay aligned, agile, and accountable. If this breakdown sparked a new insight or helped simplify a complex topic, drop a like, share it with your fellow learners, and if you're building a business brain one concept at a time, hit subscribe and join the Brainfield crew. We are all about clarity, creativity, and content that sticks. More topics are on the way, and your suggestion shapes what comes next. So keep your ideas flowing. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and keep fueling your brain. Your career isn't just about landing a job, it's about designing your future with intention. Welcome back to Brain Fuel, where we turn complex business and HRM concepts into visuals that stick. In today's video, we are unpacking career planning, what it really means, why it matters, and how it helps both individuals and organizations grow smarter, work together. We'll break down definitions, key characteristics, objectives, and real reasons why career planning is more than just corporate buzzword. So whether you are a student mapping your path or a manager guiding your team growth, this is the blueprint for building career that lasts. Then let's get into it. So, what's the definition of career planning? Scamhorn stated that career planning is a process of systematical and matching career goals. So, what he exactly stated is it is a systematically matching career goals and individual capabilities. So, what are your individual capabilities with opportunities and their fulfillment? What are your individual capabilities with opportunities and their fulfillment? So, McMahon and Moman in 1987 said that career planning is a deliberate process of becoming aware of self. So, career planning is making aware of yourself, like what you're capable of. So, what are the opportunities you get with your skills, and what are the constraints, what are your choices, and what are the consequences you're going to face. So, identifying the career related goals and career pathing or programming work, education and related development experiences. So what is your education related and developmental experiences to provide the direction, timing, and sequence of steps to attain specific career goal. So these are all required to attain a specific career goal. This is what is stated in 1987 by McMahon and Moman. So what are the characteristics of career planning? It is a process of personal development. Personal development means developing yourself. It can include your skills, your experience, etc., your educational qualifications, like developing yourself. It is ongoing and adapts changing new business environments. So it is a continuous process and it will adapt to changing the business environments. It aligns individual needs with organizational goals. So what are your needs, individual needs, and what are the organizational goals? Okay, it means to an end, not an end itself. So if you achieve your goal in your career, it is an end, but it is not end for itself. It is a starting point. It is primarily the individual's responsibility, not the organization. So your career goal is your dream, your goal to achieve, but it's not the responsibility of any organization. No. So what are the objectives of career planning? Here we will discuss: attract and retain contempt employees, provide clear promotional pathways. So the objectives of career planning is to attract and retain contempt, means required employees who are skilled at work or what they are looking for, provide clear promotional pathways, like uh, making them opportunity, giving them opportunities like a team lead role, a manager role in the upcoming future, create an environment for productivity and job satisfaction. Job satisfaction means how much you are satisfied with your job. Create an environment for productivity. So productivity is important for sure, like What's productivity means? If organization has a goal to achieve, they will consider it as productivity. And what is a percentage of the achievement for an agent is calculated in productivity terms. Maintain a reliable workforce, reduce turnover and dissatisfaction. So to reduce the agent's dissatisfaction, the main objective of the career planning is to reduce the dissatisfaction of an employee working in your organization. So what's the need for career planning? Minimize employment turnover and dissatisfaction. Okay, if the agent is dissatisfied within your organization, he will leave your organization for sure. So the need for career planning is to minimize the employee turnover. Like turnover means how much employees are left leaving your organization. Offer development opportunities to meet future challenges. The need for career planning is to offer development opportunities, like they will be developed in the further future. They have good insights that they will achieve a good opportunity in the organization. These are the promises made by the superiors to the agents to identify job related knowledge, skills and competencies. The need for career planning is to identify job related knowledge and skills and competencies, support self-assessment and career goal settings. The need for career planning is to support your self-assessment, like if you're working on yourself, and career goal setting a goal in your career path, etc, etc, or in an organization or education. Define short and long term development needs aligned with company goals. So if you can think, for a short time you have to reach for productivity, in a long term you have to aim for a better position. So this is the need for career planning. Career planning isn't just a checklist, it's your personal roadmap to growth, purpose, and impact. Whether you are just starting out or recalibrating your path, the key is clarity, consistency, and courage. If this video helped you connect dots, give it like, share it with someone mapping their own journey. And if you're all about learning with visual structure and spark of creativity, Brain Fuel is your space. Hit subscribe and let's build smarter futures together. Drop your thoughts or topic requests in the comments. We are shaping this channel with your curiosity. Until next time, keep designing your path, stay intentional, and fuel your brain. Welcome back to Brain Fuel, where business concepts come alive with clarity and creativity. Today, we are tackling a topic that's often overlooked but absolutely vital: human resource accounting. What if we could measure the true value of people in an organization, not just by the salaries, but the potential, performance, and long term impact? That's what HRA tries to do. From recruitment cost to productivity metrics, we'll break down how companies like Infosys and BPL Limited are turning human capital into financial insights. So, if you're ready to rethink how we value people in business, grab your notes and let's decode the numbers behind the talent. According to the American Accounting Society Committee, human resource accounting is the process of identifying and measuring the data about HR and communicating this information to interested parties. HRA is a modern accounting concept that deals with valuing human resource in financial terms. It treats human resources as capital assets with economic values based on their future services. This value depends on how effectively the resources are utilized. So, what American Accounting Society Committee stated is, human resource accounting is the process of identifying and measuring data about HR and communicating this information to interested parties. So, what this HRA means, human resource accounting, will do is, it will identify and measure the data about HR and communicate this information to interested parties. Interested parties are the one who deal with organization related issues or they just want to know the insights of HRs and how they are working. For example, if it is a third party company, the client will be interested in knowing how efficient the HRs are working in their organization. So that's what it is stated by American Accounting Society Committee. And HRA is a modern accounting concept. It is very new concept to us, like our society, that deals with valuing human resource in financial terms. This will deal on valuing human resources in financial terms, like financially how much they are helpful for the organization. It treats human resources as capital assets. They are treated like assets, okay, with economic value based on their future services. There will be a matrix that has to be met by the HR, and the economic value will be based on their future services. This value depends on how effectively the resources are utilized. This value depends on how effectively the human resources are utilized. Like HR will make a note on employees how they are being utilized to the organization, but whom will like make a value on how HR is being utilized by the organization? HR is the one who is calculating how employee is useful for the organization. Who are the one who are calculating how HRs are being utilized by the organization? This is the one, human resource accounting. In simpler terms, HRA involves measuring all costs related to employees such as recruitment, selection, training, and hiring. So, what are the objectives and purposes of HRA? Provide accurate and relevant information to management about the values of employees, measuring employee effectiveness by assessing productivity and profitability, support management in making informed decisions about investments in human assets, assist in long-term planning, forecasting and budgeting, enable effective human resource planning. So, the objective and purpose of HRA is to provide accurate and relevant information to management about the value of employees. So, how much is the value of the employee? That information will be provided. Measures employee effectiveness by assessing productivity and profitability. So this measures employee effectiveness in the organization by accessing their productivity and profitability to the organization. This supports management in making informed decisions about investment in human assets. So what this exactly does is it supports management in making informed decisions about on whom they can invest or what are the human assets they have. These assist in long-term planning, forecasting and budgeting. These enable effective human resource planning. So, human resources are also a planned part of an organization. So, this objectives of HRA is to enable effective human resource planning. So, what's the need for HRA, human resource accounting? So, human resource accounting is essential for measuring the value and contribution of human resources in the organization, recognizing human resources as vital part of total capital, enhancing productivity and profitability through strategic valuation. Traditional accounting methods cannot fully capture the value of human capital. That's why companies like BPL Limited, Balarampur Chini Mills and Infosys Technologies have adopted HRA practices. So, what this means? Human resource accounting is essential for measuring the value contribution of human resource for the organization. So, basically, what is the contribution of a HR in the organization? Let's take an example. There is a set target of 25% for every HR in organization to make their part in the profit. So they have to make their part in the profit also. HR's job doesn't end with hiring people and training them. So they have to recognizing human resources as vital part of total capital. So HRs doesn't come in cheap. They are very huge investment in the organization. So they will be recognizing human resources as a vital part, means an important part of total investment. Capital is investment. Okay. So next, enhancing productivity and profitability through strategic HR valuation. Just like I said, 25%, like that there will be a number which the target of the HR they have to achieve. Enhancing productivity, they have to enhance productivity, means increase productivity and profitability through strategic HR valuation. There is a strategy to evaluate HRs. Traditional accounting methods cannot fully capture the values of human capital. So this is nothing but these three companies have adopted HRA practices effectively. So, what's the scope of HRA, Human Resource Accounting? HRA involves in evaluating human resources, documenting their evaluation in the accounts, presenting this information to the organization for the strategic use. So, evaluating human resources. There will also be a matrix for HRs, means human resources. So, they will be evaluated on their metrics and documenting their valuation in the accounts, making a note of the valuation in their accounts, presenting this information to the organization for strategical use. So there are strategies or they're just documentation upon analyzing. So they will present this information to the organization. You have just unlocked the numbers behind the people, because human resource accounting isn't just about spreadsheets, it's about strategy, value, and vision. If you are building a smarter business brain, make sure to like, share, and subscribe this video with your fellow learners. And hey, Brain Fuel is powered by your curiosity. So if there is a topic you want visualized, simplified, and brought to life, drop it in the comment section. Until next time, keep your ideas bold, your learning visual, and your brain fully fueled. Welcome back to Brain Fuel, where business concepts get crystal clear and learning feels like storytelling. Today, we are diving into a topic that every future manager, HR pro, and an entrepreneur needs to master: the training methods. From high-tech simulations to hands-on job rotations, we'll break down how companies actually build skills, boost performance, and shape the workforce, whether it's off the job or on the job training. Which method has its own strategy, and today you will learn how they work, when to use them, and why they matter. So, there are two types of training methods in human resource management. One is off the job training and second one is on the job training. Let's learn what are in off and on the job trainings. So, what is off the job training? Off the job training is a conducted away from workplace. So, it is conducted away from the workplace. The trainee is separated from their actual job and trained for future performance. They are not into the job, they will be trained for their future performance only. This is ideal for the roles requiring high technical or managerial skills. If there are high technical skills and managerial skills required for the job, then it is off the job training. The methods include, there are various methods. The first method is versatile method. This method, like see this term, training is provided by simulating actual work conditions in a classroom. For example, training room. So the training room looks similar or exactly to the workplace, but it is not the actual workplace. And the second one is simulation. A real life situation is recreated when trainees make decisions to and see the consequences as if they were on the job. So a real life situation is presented to a trainee. For example, someone is training for a sales representative. Like a situation is created by the trainer to the trainee, like sell this pen, how we will sell this pen, or how we will sell this paper, etc. A real life situation will be created in the training room only. Third one is case study. Describes how employees or organizations handle complex situations. Like there will be a complex situation and the trainer will ask the trainee to describe how employees or organizations to handle this type of situation when you are on the job. Fourth one is design thinking, a problem solving approach that is optional focused, human centric, possibility driven, and literative. It uses innovative and empathic procedures to evaluate real time situations. So, what's design thinking? A problem solving approach that is an option focused, human centric, possibility driven, and literative. It uses innovative and empathetic procedures to evaluate real time situations. So basically this design thinking is used for customer representative employees or trainees. So they will test the problem solving skills of the trainee when an approach that is option focused. If you have two options to tell the customer, what's the option you will say to the customer? It's human centric. Okay, it is possibility driven. So what's the possibility, and if it is literative or not? It uses innovative and empathetic procedures. It must be innovative, like everyone has a different point of view. It must be innovative from their end, and empathetic. So empathy means putting your legs into their shoes or something like that, they will say. It is an empathetic process. Basically it's kind of sympathy, but it is not sympathy. To evaluate real time situations, when they face the real time situations, when a customer is irritated regarding the product or anything like that, there will be this design thinking will be used when they are on the job. So behavior modeling, trainers show a model of behavior. Each trains how to perform new or difficult. So trainers will show a model of behavior, example via video, to teach trainees how to perform new or difficult tasks. They will tell the trainees how to perform a new or a difficult task via training. So basically it's type of virtual training only. Business games. Participants act as executive and hypothetical organizations to compete against each other. So what this business games is, for example, as we are going through, take a customer service agent who is being trained. So one will act as customer and one will act as agent. They both will discuss and compete against each other. The role of the customer, both are trainees only. So the role of the customer will be to complex the situation as much as it possible, and the role of the agent will be to de-escalate the customer as good as possible with the empathy and sympathetic words. Adventure learning focuses on improving teamwork and leadership through structured activities. So what is adventure learning? It will focus on improving teamwork and leadership through structured activities. For example, team quiz. If there is a batch of 20 people and four people are put into each team, so they will focus on improving teamwork. Four people make a team and the teamwork, and the one who is giving the leadership to the team of four members through a structured activities will be monitored for sure. Last but not least, it's action learning. Teams are given real problems to solve, commit an action plan, responsible for executing it. So in this action learning, teams are given real problems to solve it. It is similar to the seventh point, but here Teams are given real problems to solve it. They are given real problems to solve it and compete with against other teams and commit to an action plan. They will have an action plan. Every team has a different action plan and are responsible for executing it. So who will execute it like much smarter or much faster, it will be monitored. So next, we have completed off the job training. Now next we will learn on the job training. This method places the employee on their regular job and teaches necessary skills under supervised guidance. It offers first-hand experience in actual working conditions. Methods include job instruction training. The trainer explains job knowledge and skills, demonstrate the method, allows the trainee to perform and provides feedback. So basically these on-the-job training are used by the startup companies. So uh, according to me, off the job training is the best, and for experience to build rapport with your team, off the job training is excellent for sure. Okay, but on the job training has its own value. This method places the employee on their regular job and teaches necessary skills under supervisor's guidance. There on off the job training there will be a trainer, but here it is totally different. There will be a supervisor who guides them how to do their job. So this places the employee on their regular job. They are totally into job. They are actually working for the organizations and teaches necessary skills under supervisor guidance. So necessary skills are taught by the supervisor under their guidance. It offers first-hand experience and actual working conditions. So it's not a second-hand experience. They are dealing with real-time situations in real time only. So the methods include, there are various methods. The methods include job instruction training. The first method is job instruction training. The trainer explains job. Here there is supervisor, to take it as a supervisor only. The supervisor explains job knowledge and skills to the trainee. Demonstrates the methods, allows the trainee to perform and provides feedback. So the supervisor gives full access to the trainees and allow them to perform, and at last after the job is performed they provide a feedback to the trainee, like how they did the work, how good they are, how bad they are, what they can make to improve their like work. Okay, like that. So next one is job rotation. Employees move between similar jobs to broaden their skills and become competent in their multiple roles. So what this job rotation is actually means, employees move between the similar jobs to broaden their skills and become contempt to multiple roles. See here, for example, an employee has 10 roles and 10 duties in their regular job. There will be a job rotation for them. So there are multiple roles and responsibilities they have to take over. For example, after the job rotation they have to take 25 roles and responsibilities. So here they will do is on the job training, as they already know 10 roles, they have to learn or improve in other 15 roles. Apprenticeship. Apprenticeship. So this combines on job training with classroom study. So what this basically means, it combines the job experience with classroom study. So if there is an 8-hour shift, 4 hours there will be into the job and 4 hours there will be into a classroom. Demonstration uses visuals to train employees. So video visuals, audio visuals, anything it might be, in demonstration it is used to train employees. Psychodrama utilizes imagination, drama and limitation to tap into creativity and spontaneity. So what this psychodrama actually means, it will utilize imagination, the level of imagination an employee has, uh, to act upon the roles, like it's just like acting if they are doing the real job only. Role play, this involves realistic behavior in imaginary situation. It includes action and practice mainly to improve interpersonal skills. Participants experience the job action. So what this role play means, it involves realistic behavior in imaginary situations. So if even if they are imagining, they will feel like they are doing a realistic job. So okay, it includes job action and practice. Here also practice is needed, like they are not going to do an imaginary situation directly, they will first practice and do a role play. This will mainly improve the interpersonal skills. Participants experience the job in action, they will have a real time experience with the job. And that wraps up today's deep dive into training methods. From immersive simulations to hand-on job rotations, you have now got the tools to understand how organizations shape the talent. If this helped fuel your brain, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a drop of clarity on the chaos of business concepts. Got questions or want to break down another HRM topic? Drop it in the comments. Brain Fuel is all about learning together.